Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So as promised, I'm going to do a comparison of my Love bracelet and my Juste Un Clou bracelet. Both of them are in the regular size, and I'm doing this video mostly for people that are trying to decide between the two bracelets and figure out which one they may want to go with first or have as their only bracelet. I'm lucky enough that I'm able to have both. But I know that at one point I always thought that I could only own one. And so obviously I bought the Juste Un Clou first because I preferred the look of it. If I had to decide between the two, I personally would go with the Juste Un Clou. But I know that that's just my own personal preference, mostly because of the aesthetic and look and the uniqueness of the Juste Un Clou bracelet. But I know people that are genuinely torn between the two, and so hopefully this video will give you some good insight on which one you think you may want to go with, and at least have all of the information that you need to make that decision. So I'm going to compare first the price difference between the two bracelets. And I'm not just going to compare the retail price, because obviously for those who are familiar with both bracelets, you know that the Juste Un Clou is more expensive than the Love bracelet. I'm actually going to compare the two prices as it relates to the per gram of each. So what I mean by that is I'm going to weigh each bracelet and then divide the retail price by the total number of grams of each to get the per gram cost of each. And so that's how I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to discuss the originality of the two bracelets, and then go into the wear and tear of both. And keep in mind that I've only had the Love bracelet for only a short time. I got it back in December, but it has gotten a decent amount of wear on it. So I'm going to compare that to the Juste Un Clou. And then in the end, I will tell you which one I would go for if I were torn between both bracelets. So the Juste Un Clou bracelet, which as I've mentioned, this is in the regular size. This one retails for $8,000, and the Love bracelet, which again is in the regular size, retails for $7,350. But as I mentioned, I'm going to weigh both to see how much total grams each one is. And as I said, I'm going to divide the retail price by the total number of grams to get the per gram price of each. So here I'm going to bring out my jewelry weight here. I'm going to first turn this on. Make sure it zeroes out. There it is. And then I use this. This is 50 grams just to make sure that the scale is accurate. And it says 50 grams. So there it is. I put that aside, and I'm going to weigh the Love bracelet first. I'm going to put it here. And that weighs 36.6 grams. And then next, I'm going to go and weigh the Juste Un Clou. And that weighs 34.86 grams. So as you can see, obviously the Love bracelet has almost 2 grams more than the Juste Un Clou, and the retail price is lower than the Juste Un Clou. So clearly I don't need to do the math there to show you that it is a better bargain for the price. But to go ahead and tell you what it is at a per gram amount, the Love bracelet comes in at just about $202 per gram versus the Juste Un Clou, which comes in at about $229 per gram. So in terms of price, I would say the Love bracelet obviously wins in this category. But, you know, I've never actually done this. This is the first time I'm doing this on camera, so it's actually quite eye-opening. For some reason, I would have thought that the Juste Un Clou would have weighed more, because it does feel heavier for whatever reason. but the scale obviously does not lie, and the Love bracelet is a little bit heavier, at least mine. I'm sure they're not all exactly the same weight. Someone else may have another, another bracelet that weighs either more or less. But anyway, in terms of my two, as you can see from a price perspective, the Love bracelet definitely wins in this category. Okay, so now moving on to the next category, which is originality. I would say the Love bracelet obviously wins this category, and the reason being is that it's such a unique look to a bracelet. Obviously, there are other brands that have now sort of mimicked this style, but certainly this came out in, I believe it was 1971. And so this has been around for decades now. And it's just so unique. It's eye-catching. I can't tell you how much people notice this bracelet, and even people that don't know anything about Cartier are always caught off by it and think it's just such a unique and really edgy piece. And so for that reason, I would say the Juste Un Clou wins in this category. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my Love bracelet. It is a beautiful bracelet, but again, it is really just a bangle bracelet, which, many brands have bangle bracelets. One thing I would say that is unique about this bangle bracelet, though, is that it's more of an oval shape than a rounded shape, which is typical of most bangles. It actually is perfectly fits. It perfectly fits what people's wrist are shaped like, and so that's one thing that I do love most about it. And as I mentioned, I was looking for a bangle to pair with my Juste Un Clou. I tried David Yurman. I tried a number of other brands, and I just, kept coming back to the Love. I honestly just think that the Love does really pair very well with the Juste Un Clou. But again, in terms of originality, I would say the Juste Un Clou would win this category. And now finally, the third category that I'm going to use to judge these two bracelets is on wear and tear. And I would judge it based on the amount of wear and tear that I had on each within a short period of time, because that's all I can do as of now, given that I've only had the Love bracelet since December, so just about over 2 months now, and I've had it. And I would say that it definitely scratched a lot faster than my Juste Un Clou. I would say like within a week of wearing it, I had already noticed a lot of hairline scratches on it. It's a little hard to see on this camera, but there were some scratches pretty early on in me wearing the bracelet. I would say that has more to do with how the bracelet is made and just the style more than anything. It's obviously a bangle bracelet that's a little flatter, so it is more easily susceptible to scratches, and it's easier to see those scratches on it than, say, the Juste Un Clou, which is a more rounded bracelet, and so it's not as susceptible to scratching. Even when there is scratches, it's a little harder to tell on this bracelet. So for that reason alone, just because of the type of bracelet they are and the difference in style, I would say the Love is more susceptible to scratching. So on that basis, I would say the Juste Un Clou wins in that category. If you are someone that it really is focused on wear and tear, I would say the Love bracelet is going to wear a little bit better than the Love bracelet. All right, so now that we've had a chance to review both bracelets in the category of price, quality, wear and tear, and originality, the big question is, which one would you pick first? If you had to go with one first, or if you only had to have one in your collection, I would say go with the Love bracelet, honestly. While the Juste Un Clou is my favorite and I do not regret getting it first, I would say just given the price, honestly, and the amount of gold you're going to get for the price, this is definitely a better bargain. And, one thing I didn't mention too is that the Love bracelet, while both bracelets were created around the same time, the Love really is very iconic. It is very much Cartier. Most people that know Cartier know the Love bracelet, although the Juste Un Clou has become pretty popular over the years. But I would say the Love bracelet is very much classic Cartier. And as I just talked about, the price between both is a lot better. And so, yeah, I would definitely pick the Love bracelet first if you only had to have one and had to pick. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you truly enjoyed this comparison. Leave me your thoughts and let me know what you think. Are you considering one or the other? Do you have both? Definitely let me know your thoughts on them. If you would have gone with the Love versus the Juste Un Clou first, were you surprised by the amount of gold grams in the Love versus the Juste Un Clou? Just curious to hear your thoughts. And guys, thank you as always for watching, commenting, and thank you for subscribing. And I look forward to chatting with you on the next one.